Hey, Shalom. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command GEN.YAHANNA. Alright, tonight's class, what we're going to do is, we're going to get into a topic that the Christian church is not ready for. So the Christian church swear they love Jesus Christ, but the only organization that loves Jesus Christ is the I.S.U.P.K and the command GEN.YAHANNA, because we the only one does what he said to do, what God and Christ said to do, man. And that's to go wake up the lost sheep of Israel, man. Because a lot of people will die in the next world war. A lot of people is gonna die in the next world war because of the simple fact is nobody is leading the sheep. Nobody's leading the sheep. Everybody leading the sheep astray, just letting people go to and fro, doing whatever they want to do. Salakia. Salakia, my fault. But yeah, though, the Christian church, they leading us astray, man, because they ain't telling us what we got to do, man, so we could turn back to the Most High in Christ, man. They leading us astray, and basically they leading us to the wolves, you feel me? That's basically what they doing. They leading us to the wolves. So anyways, so we're going to get into the scriptures tonight. Technical difficulties, man. We thug it out down here, man. It's I.S.U.P.K, Kentucky, man. You feel me? So we're going to start off in the Apocrypha. In the book of... We're going to start off in the Wisdom of Solomon. See, what you got to understand about this book, it's a reason why the Christian church, the Catholic church, they took this book out, man. You feel me? Because it further proves, you feel me, the distinction between the Old and New Testament. That's why we read the Apocrypha, you feel me? It's the 14, 15 books, I think, that they took out, the Catholic church took out. They took out of the Bible. But it was in the original King James version of the Bible. So we're going to go to Wisdom of Solomon, 18th chapter, verse 13. So it's Wisdom of Solomon, verse 18 and 13. And punishment, Salakia. That's verse 19. Verse 18 and verse 13. For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of the enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledge this people to be the sons of God. So that's what we got to understand. Okay, we living in the time of the next Exodus. You feel me? This the next Exodus that we living in. In the same way they did in the first Exodus is when they acknowledged we was the sons of God. You feel me? The sons and daughters of God, that's when they started destroying the young men. They was throwing the babies in the river. And that's how Moses came up. You feel me? Moses was rose up because the babies was being thrown in the river, and his family and them saved him, man. They saved him, but it was really of the Lord. The Lord saved him, you feel me? Because he wanted to use Moses to raise up a nation of people. You feel me? To lead them out of Egypt, out of our first captivity that we was placed in. You feel me? So basically, that's what's going on here in America as well. I'm going to read that again. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 13. For while all things, for whereas they would not believe anything by reason of the enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledge this people to be the sons of God. So that's why they was killing our sons back in Egypt the same way they doing now with the abortion clinic. Okay, so you got to understand, when Margaret Sandifer and Hillary Clinton, when they came up with that whole Planned Parenthood, that was when they acknowledged, man, that we was the sons of God. They were saying the same thing they were saying to us in Egypt. We multiplying too fast. We super predators, super criminals. They was, had to demonize us so it can look righteous to the, why you think the United Nations don't say nothing about 350,000, almost 500,000 abortions of black babies, Hispanic babies every year? Because they demonized us to be criminals. You feel me? Like Commander GEN.YAHANNA brought out last night on his radio show, The Grill. They was talking stuff about some lady, man, that Native American lady that just went to the hospital for help, man, and she ended up dying and stuff. And they was playing about it. You feel me? They basically killed her. Basically. You feel me? And that's basically what they've been doing to us since they acknowledged that the Native Indians, the blacks, the Hispanics, that we was the children of God, man. They've been killing us, man. And they've been using crafty counsel like the Bible said they was going to do, which is the abortion clinic. The abortion clinic is crafty counsel because they basically telling you that you need to go to college. You need to focus on your career. When the whole time they murdering you. And now they talking about closing the abortion clinics because now there's more white people going than we was going. Right, so we got to understand this wicked beast that we under, man. We under a wicked beast. We under a wicked beast. Salaki. I'm going to read it one more time. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 13. For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of the enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledge this people to be the sons of God. So before Moses even told Pharaoh, let my people go, they acknowledged that we was the sons of God. They already knew it. Just like the white people in America, they know we the sons of God. They know we the children of Israel. That's why they went through such an uproar when Nick Cannon and all them came out to say that we are the sons of God. You feel me? We are the sons of God. So y'all better check into this book, the Apocrypha, man. They took these books out for a reason, man. Never trust thine enemy is what the Bible say. Never trust thine enemy. But yeah, we read out of the King James Version of the Bible. You feel me? It's the most accurate, to the Hebrew text. You feel me? And the Greek text that was left for the Old and New Testament. So yeah, we're gonna go to Exodus 1 and 8. Salakia. Exodus 1 and 8. And it says, Exodus 1 and 8. And now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. You feel me? It rose up a new king which knew not Joseph. Now that's modern day, that's Donald Trump. You feel me? That's why I say we getting ready for the next Exodus, man. It's coming. And the only way you're going to be ready is if you and I.S.U.P.K and the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. You got to come under these priests of God, man. I'm telling you. Everybody, you think it was easy for us to stop smoking weed, to stop having sex with whores and all this other lustful stuff out here that they let you do willfully, man? You got to come into the I.S.U.P.K. It's going to be a fight because life is about war. Life is a battle. You feel me? It's going to be hard. But once you endure and overcome those lusts that you was fighting, man, it's going to be glorious, man. It's going to be glorious to have the Most High on your side finally, man. You feel me? But yeah, a new king rose up that knew not Joseph. Because what you got to understand about the book of Exodus, you feel me? This was in the book of Genesis right before this. It was a Pharaoh that was cool with Joseph and the 12 tribes of Israel coming into Egypt, living, prospering. But we grew mighty, man. And a new king rose up that knew not Joseph. Salaki. Verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also to our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. You feel me? So this is what they worried about. They worried about their riches, just like this kingdom. You feel me? They worried about their riches, man. They worried about money. You feel me? They worried about how, just like they did with Black Wall Street, you feel me? 40 years after slavery, we built up a kingdom. You feel me? I wouldn't say a kingdom, it was a mini kingdom, but Black Wall Street was doing a Great Depression. Like all the white people was broke and black people was living good. And they had to find a reason to come burn it down. The same way they had to find a reason to kill our babies, man, and say it was Planned Parenthood. Feel me? Verse. Come and let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and light against us. So like and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. So basically that's what we doing right now in America. Like we built up treasure cities, man. Like if you look around, you look at Los Angeles, you look at California, you feel me? You look at Chicago, you look at New York, you look at Miami Beach, man. We built up treasure cities, man, for this kingdom. Just like we did in Egypt, man. Just like we did in Egypt. Like this is, it's nothing new under the sun. The book of Ecclesiastes brought that out. You feel me? It's nothing new under the sun. All this stuff we doing now, this happened before time. When you just look at all the technology and you look at the Bentleys and stuff and say, oh, it wasn't no Bentley back then. No, it wasn't. But they had horse carriages that was like a Bentley compared to somebody that didn't even have a horse. You feel me? So it's nothing new under the sun. Salakia. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. So the more they afflicted us, the more we grew. You feel me? It's just like what's happening now. They keep killing us, and it's just more of us keep popping up. Like they can't kill enough of us. We gonna keep popping up. We gonna keep popping up, man. You feel me? For what happened to Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, all the names we ain't gonna never forget. Oscar Grant. For all the crimes they committed against us, man, this country is gonna burn with nuclear fire, man. And it's in the Bible. This country is gonna fall. It's gonna fall apart, man. It's gonna be ashes. And out of the dust, it's gonna be the Israelites. Just like it always be when the kingdoms fall. Every time a kingdom fall, the Israelites be right there, just looking like, well, I guess it's our turn. It's just this time we're gonna serve Christ, man. We're gonna serve a black man named Jesus Christ, man. This time. And this time we're gonna do it right. We're gonna rule this earth forever, man. So yeah, the next Exodus is coming, man. Brothers better get with it, man. Brothers better get with it. So I'm gonna drop down to verse 16. Exodus 1 and 16. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Now that is significant because of the simple fact that even the Egyptians knew, them being heathens, they knew that the father carried the seed. That's why they say if it be a son, you kill it. If it be a daughter, you let it live. And that's what's happening now, man. You feel me? Now they've been killing a lot of black women lately, but mostly it was always the men. You feel me? We was the ones that faced death from the police or our oppressors. Now women, they'd get raped. They'd rape our women, take our women, kidnap our women, sex slave them, stuff like that. But the men get killed because just like the Americans knew, the Egyptians knew that the seed of the father, you feel me, is what determines what that child is going to be, man. It's not the mother. You feel me? So they was killing the men back then. It's like they killing black men right now. You feel me? Killing black men right now. Lock it. Verse 16, and he said, when ye do the office of a midwife of the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. You feel me? She shall live, because what they gonna do, they're gonna have sex with her, and that baby would have been an Egyptian. Just like if a white man, like Serena Williams, her children are Edomites. They're white people. You feel me? They're white people. Any black woman having sex with a white man, your children are white. And if you having sex with an African man, your children are Africans, man. They not Hebrews. They not of this royal seed, this bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You feel me? And that's what Commander GEN.YAHANNA sent us out to do, man. He sent us out to wake up the dead, man. So none of our sisters get pregnant by no white dude or no African. And now your children is put out the congregation, man. They ain't gonna be in the kingdom with you, man. You feel me? I mean, you ain't gonna remember them anyway. You feel me? The Bible says no remember of former things, but I'm just saying that seed is over with. You feel me? Seed is over with. So yeah, I'm gonna skip over to Exodus 2 and 11 through 12. All right, because the same way the brothers in I.S.U.P.K, man, how we know something ain't right, man, is the same way Moses rose up and knew something wasn't right. So yeah, I'm in Exodus 2 and 11. Exodus 2 and 11. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren, and he looked this way and looked that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Feel me? Because Moses was a righteous brother, man. He knew someone right, man. He knew someone right, and basically that's what he done. You feel me? He killed an Egyptian, man. Because what we got to understand, when the Bible say thou shalt not murder, you feel me, thou shalt not kill, it basically means murder. You feel me? Like unjustly. Like killing somebody unjustly is not of the Most High. But killing somebody to save somebody's life, your brother's life, your sisters, your kids, man, hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. You feel me? You gonna kill somebody to save somebody's life. That's what's up. But you killing somebody for unjustly, nah, we don't believe in that. But Moses, he killed this Egyptian because he was smiting his brother, man. He was hurting his brother, man. And he knew someone right, man, and he killed that man. And that's what we got to do. We got to all realize that something ain't right. We got to all realize something is not right, man. The same way Moses did. We got to realize something ain't right, and we got to come back to our laws and commandments, man. And we got to search out the I.S.U.P.K, man. We here. We here. You just got to come, come to class. Come to class and learn who you are, man. We the I.S.U.P.K. Feel me? Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, man. We in every major city. We in Louisville, Kentucky right now. You feel me? The prophets of the Most High they made it to Louisville, Kentucky, man. We here. And all we trying to do is save the brothers and sisters, man, from this next Exodus, man. Because a lot of brothers and sisters can die in this next Exodus, because it's going to be a lot of people get killed, man. This is going to be like nothing you never heard of before, man. For what they done to us, for what they done to us, man, it's going to be like nothing you never heard before. It's like it's going to be a bunch of people get killed, and I just don't want our brothers and sisters to face that judgment with our oppressors, man. It's like, but yeah, we're going to drop that and go to Exodus 2 and 15. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses, but Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well. So basically, Pharaoh, he got on him about that, you feel me? He got on about that, man. Because anybody come up against the kingdom, man, will be executed. The same way they did Nick Cannon. He said that the Jews is black. What happened, man? They took Wildin' out from him. Ice Cube said the Jews is black. They talking about he can't have a big three no more. They finna find a way to cut that out. Deshaun Jackson said the Jews is black. They try to end his contract until he apologized. You feel me? Anybody saying the Jews is black, Kodak Black been locked up since he said it. He said it in the song. He been locked up ever since. He been locked up ever since, because that's the same way Pharaoh came up against Moses. Because they already knew we was the children of Israel back when they was throwing us in the river. The wisdom of Solomon 18 and 13 brought that out. That they knew we was the sons of God when they first was throwing us in the river. That's when Moses was saved. They saved him. You feel me? They saved him, so yeah, they knew we was the sons of God back then when they threw us in the river. That's what wisdom of Solomon was bringing out. And now Moses smiting an Egyptian, that's Pharaoh like, okay, this was my man's. Okay, I got to seek out to get him. Because if he woke up, imagine what he can do to the rest of the people. Because they already said we was more and mightier than them. You feel me? We already brought out that scripture where the scriptures say we was more and mightier than them. Just like the white man knows we're more and mightier than him. You feel me? And if we seek out our God, that they gonna lose. And that's why he wanted to kill Moses, because he knew Moses knew something. He knew Moses knew something. But we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna skip over to Exodus 3 and 7 through 8. Exodus 3, 7 through 8. Exodus 3 and 7. And Yahweh said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt. See, that's a possessive word. The Lord knew we was his people. That's possessive. They always try to say the Bible is for everybody. Everybody can be saved. This and that and that. That's not true, man. That's where all the misconceptions started, man. The Lord said, I've seen the affliction of his people. Just like right now in America, man. Right now in America, the Lord see the affliction. It's like, see the affliction of his people. He see the affliction of his people. And that's why he sent the coronavirus. That's why he sent the coronavirus, and that's why he gonna send more plagues. Because like the scriptures say, Exodus 2, what we have, 2 and 15. No, it's like 3 and 7. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrows, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of the land unto a good land, and a large unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. So basically what that's talking about is basically that what's going to happen now in 2020, the Lord see our affliction. He see our affliction, and he finna get us up out of America. He's going to get us up out of America, and he's going to put us back in our homeland. That homeland over there where they making billions of dollars, going in their backyard finding oil, gold, and diamonds, which is the so-called Middle East. You feel me? Because our homeland is not that little bitty state of Israel that they made in 1947 after World War II to make the Jews feel comfortable. It's like the Jewish, the white Jewish man, which is not the Jew. Revelations 2 and 9 clearly proves that they're not the Jews, but they gave them that, you feel me, for claiming our identity. But the whole time, the whole Middle East is our land. That's our land. All them diamonds and gold that them Arabs steady finding and getting rich off of, that's our land. You feel me? That's our land. So yeah, we can drop that. We go to Exodus 4 and 1. Exodus 4 and 1. And Moses answered and said, Behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, Yahweh have not appeared unto them. So that's just like people nowadays. People nowadays, they don't want to believe us because we just niggas from the ghetto. We niggas from the ghetto, ex-killers, drug dealers, gangbangers, all that. So they look at us like, man, we don't believe you. You feel me? Who is you to tell me that God said this and God said? That's how they look at us, man. That's how they looked at the Kentucky 8 on that corner. That's how they looked at them, and they found out that the Lord answered by fire. So all I'm saying is, though, but that's just how it is, though. You feel me? That's just how it is. Like, that's how people is today, and that's how Moses knew his people was. That's why you say, man, he had to ask them. Salaki. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, the Lord have not appeared unto thee. So that's what basically people want. People want God to appear to them in a dream or out of the sky or sit and talk to them. That's why all the girls say God is my boyfriend. And all the men say, can't nobody judge me but God. You feel me? But the whole time, he sent his priests in the earth to judge you, to let you know what you're doing is wrong. So you can come back to the commandments and he can be on your side. It's that simple. It's that simple. But like I said, we are stiff-necked people. And we so stiff-necked that we would rather die than believe that this black man telling me what the Bible said is true. It's true, man. We the children of Israel, and we need to come back to our commandments so the Most High can destroy this place. It's like, it's starting to be like, I'm starting to think people don't want this place to be destroyed. I'm starting to think everybody wants this place to prosper. You feel me? Rather than be destroyed, because since the coronavirus happened and the cities shut down, all I hear is people complaining about the clubs being closed, or this restaurant, or not being able to do this or do that. Like, all I hear is complaining from Israel. So I'm like, that's let me know that that's why I say only two-thirds, not going to be saved. Because a lot of people going to want this place to flourish. They're not going to want this place to be destroyed. A lot of people is not going to want this place to be destroyed, man, which is sad. It's sad because it needs to happen, man. For slavery, you feel me? For the rapes, the robs, the lynchings, Planned Parenthood, war on drugs. For all that stuff, man, this place deserves to be set on fire, man. You feel me? Be set on fire for you Uncle Tom Coons out there. It's like, see, I'm going to drop that, and I'm going to go to Exodus 4 and 6. Exodus 4 and verse 6. And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. So basically, for him not believing in his miracles and in his wonders, you feel me? Because Moses, you feel me, he just wasn't sure. Just like a lot of black people not sure. And that's what faith is all about. Having faith that the Most High is going to save us, man, as long as we keep the commandments. But anyway, but him not having faith, the Most High said, all right, cool. Put your hand in your shirt and take it back out. And he took it back. It was leprous as snow. You feel me? That was just him showing him, like, look, man, I could do whatever I want to do. But for now, just to show you, I'm going to turn your hand white. For people to think Moses was white is not true. Because if Moses was white and him taking his hand out of his shirt and turning it leprous as snow, it ain't going to shock him. He's going to be like, okay, you didn't do nothing. Because Moses was a very dark black man. He was, you feel me, a tribe of Levi, which is the Haitians. And we all know the Haitians is very dark people. Now, we got light-skinned Haitians too, but I'm just saying, most of the Haitians I know, they dark as dirt. And Moses basically, hand got turned white as snow to show that he was basically a black man, but Most High was trying to show him something as well. And he said, put thy hand into thy bosom again. And he put into his hand and his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. So basically, after he put it back in, he turned it back in. He turned his color back to, you feel me? His hand back to regular color. Just to show him, like, look, I can do whatever I want to do. But right now, I'm just playing with your skin tone. I'm just playing with your skin tone. Because I know that scared Moses, him seeing his hand come out white. You feel me? White as snow like Esau. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, we could drop that. We'll skip over to verse 5. 5 and verse 2. Exodus 5 and 2. And Pharaoh said, who is Yahweh, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not Yahweh, neither will I let Israel go. So that's basically like Trump nowadays, you feel me? With them having the Mexicans on the border, you feel me? They don't want to let us go. They lie to us and tell us to leave the country if we don't like it, but that's a bold-faced lie. They don't want us to go nowhere. That's why they got the children, the Israelites, on the border in cages, because they don't want them to go. All they got to do is let them go back to Mexico. Just let them out the cage. Go back to Mexico. Go back to where you from. They don't want to let them go. You feel me? Because they need slaves, just like Egypt needed slaves, man. And that's why I say this next Exodus is coming, and you better get ready. You better get ready, because it's going to be a lot of death. It's going to be a lot of death and destruction happen in this next Exodus, man. 10 times worse than the old one. It's going to be so much death and destruction, man. The scriptures say Christ's going to have a vesture dipped in blood. That means the blood, because you got to think about a sword or a gun. When you shoot somebody with a gun, you get like a couple specks of blood on you if you're up close. So think about how much killing Christ's going to do in this next Exodus that's coming. If you think about how much killing Christ's going to do if he going to have his whole garment dipped in blood. It's going to be a lot of killing he going to do, man. It's going to be a lot of killing he going to do. But yeah. It's like Exodus 5:2. And Pharaoh said, when is Yahweh, who is Yahweh, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not Yahweh, neither will I let Israel go. Feel me? And that's just how these white people feel today. They don't want to let us go. Why you think they gave us stimulus checks? They gave us stimulus checks because they knew that their kingdom was falling, man. And they needed to re-energize it, man. So they gave everybody stimulus checks so they can start buying stuff. Feel me? To boost up the economy just a little bit, man. And they talking about giving us a second one too. Just to show you that they going to try to do anything to keep this kingdom afloat. But because of the Most High in Christ, this kingdom is going to be set on fire. And the Israelites, we going to walk out this motherfucker. Salakia. You feel me? We going to go on them chariots and we going to watch it burn. And that's why we trying to get as many people on them chariots to watch these kingdoms burn. You feel me? But the thing about it is, a lot of people just want to do what they want to do. You got to do what you... But this is the thing, though. The way the Most High made the covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it was known from the beginning that we can't do what we want to do. We can have fun. We can have some drinks. We can have multiple wives. We can do a lot of stuff that's fun. But we can't eat pork. We can't eat shrimp. We can't eat crab. We can't eat lobster. We can't be homosexuals. We can't smoke weed and smoke crack. We can't be drug dealers. Feel me? And if we don't do those things, guess what? We win. And we run the earth. And we get riches beyond the eye could see. I'm telling you, do you know how much money you can make off oil, diamonds, and gold? You would never have to be a drug dealer. But because we want to eat pork, now we got to be drug dealers to make money. Now we got to be a drug dealer to make money because we want to eat pork. When we could have just not eat pork and ran the oil and diamond district like the Jewish man and the Arab. The Arab and the Jewish man run the diamond and oil district. You feel me? They run Hollywood. They run the world. You feel me? They run the world as far as money-wise. Of course, we know America runs about with the, army and tanks and bombs. But I'm just saying, money-wise, man, the Jewish man and the Arabs, man, they run it. And they getting all that money from us. That's our money. Them Jewish people making over there in Israel is our money. That's our money. That money that's our birthright. That money belongs to us. The Arab money, they say Arab money, Soldier Boy used to stay saying that. I'm getting Arab money. The Arab money belongs to the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. But because we want to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, be drug dealers, be gangbangers, all that stuff, man, we ain't get it. He gave it to somebody else to show us, man. To show us, like, y'all could be living like that. But y'all want to be gangsters. Y'all want to follow after the Italian mob and the Irish mob. You feel me? So I'm going to give it to somebody else that don't even deserve it. They don't even deserve it. It's like where I'm at, verse. I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna drop Exodus 5 and 2. But yeah, Trump ain't gonna let us go, just like the Egyptian Pharaoh ain't wanna let us go. Why they keep lying to me, go back to Africa. We ain't even from Africa, and they know it. The Africans sold us. You feel me? The Africans sold us just like, you feel me? The white people sold us on auction blocks. Exodus 7. So we're gonna go to Exodus 7 and 17. Salakia for taking a long time to find these scriptures, man. This Bible, the words are so little. Exodus 7 and 17. Thus saith Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh. In this thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned into blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. So basically like food shortages, man. Food shortages is a big curse. You feel me? Food shortages is a big curse, just like what's happening now. Remember when the coronavirus first hit? Food was short. You went in the supermarket and you thought you was in hell. You thought you was in hell when you went to the supermarket, man. I'm telling you, because the simple fact is that's one of the curses, man. People need food to eat. You need food to eat, but during the coronavirus, that was just the Most High showing a glimpse of what he would do to this kingdom if we serve him. You feel me? If we just serve, he's showing like, man, I'll bring this country to their knees. That I got the NFL commissioner saying he should have listened to Kaepernick. He got the NFL commissioner that make $10 million some a year and don't even got to play football. All he got to do is sit in his office. He said, man, we should have listened to Kaepernick with the police brutality, because that's what the Lord will do, man. He'll bring these plagues on this place, man, and destroy it. He'll bring these plagues on this place and destroy it, man. Had them begging us, man. You heard about Texas, I.S.U.P.K, Texas, man, Houston? Man, them brothers get boot kisses like it's nothing. You feel me? They get boot kisses like it's nothing, because that's the Most High showing his glory in them brothers, man. You feel me? Because he knowing, man, these people supposed to be on their knees kissing y'all feet, man, for what y'all done. For the way y'all built up this country, for they children to prosper like this, they should be on their knees kissing y'all feet. That's the least they could do before I burn this place to the ground. Feel me? Where we at? Exodus 7. No, we ain't got to reread it. But yeah, Exodus 7 and 17 to 18. It's just about the food shortages, which is basically a comparison to right now, which is what's going on with all these food plants being shut down and stuff like that due to the corona. You feel me? Due to people, workers dying from the coronavirus. That's the Lord. That's the Lord doing that. He trying to show y'all, like, look, man, you is living in the second Exodus. It just ain't happened yet fully. But I'm showing y'all, you feel me? I'm showing y'all what I would do for y'all. Just keep, what we got to do in I.S.U.P.K, we got to keep fishing, keep getting more brothers in, keep doing Sabbath services, lifting up them prayers to the Most High. And I'm telling you, slowly but surely, man, we going to be on them chariots, watching America, England, France be set on fire. Be set on fire. And that's of the Lord. That's of the Lord, man. And that's what we do it for. We do it for the kingdoms to fall. The prophets always went out right before the kingdoms fall, just to warn the people. To tell the heathens of their destruction that's coming, and to warn our people that they need to repent. They need to repent, man. You need to get out them Christian churches. Get into the I.S.U.P.K, man. Pay your tithes to Commander GEN.YAHANNA, man. He does marvelous works with that money. He does marvelous work. When you come to I.S.U.P.K and you find out how much of a righteous man Commander GEN.YAHANNA is, man, you will see why we so loyal to him in this school. Because finally we found something that's real. A man that's willing to risk everything, man, for God. Unlike your Christian pastor. So like I said, yeah, we could drop that, man. That's just about the food shortages. Just show the comparison that basically we living in the second Exodus, man. And people got to be ready for it, man. We got to be ready for it. So I'm going to go to Exodus 8 and 8. Exodus 8 and 8. Then Pharaoh, which is modern day Donald Trump, called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat Yahweh that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto Yahweh. So that's basically them begging the Most High. You feel me? Like with Roger Goodell saying he's sorry that they didn't listen to Kaepernick, and they trying to stop try to lock up one of the police for missing Breonna Taylor. Like, I don't know how that was so stupid. Like, they locked them up for wanton endangerment, not even for murder. So basically, the ones that missed her, the bullets didn't hit her, they locked up. You feel me? And they think they was showing some type of gratitude, but really that was a spit in the face. And you feel me? That's just, and like, once they open up the country, like, black people start, like, dying more. You feel me? Once they open up the country, black people start dying more. Why they try to act like they sorry? You feel me? Why they try to act like they sorry for what happened? Because before they opened up the country, they swear they was sorry. They swear, oh, maybe this is not from God. Maybe this is just this. But as soon as they opened up, what they do? They lust came out and they started killing us more. They started slaughtering us more, man. Look it up. Look up how many people died, black people, by the hands of the police since the coronavirus, man. You would be shocked. It ain't just Breonna and George Floyd. It's at least about 20, 30 people that done died. And that's not even counting the ones that they don't document. You feel me? That they wrapped under the table because it happened in some small town in Arkansas or something. Tell you, man, these people, this is a wicked beast we under, man. This is a wicked beast. Yeah, but the scriptures say, and Pharaoh called unto Moses and Aaron to entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me, that he will take away the plagues. You feel me? Pharaoh want the plagues to be took away, just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump laughed and played like Corona was a joke. I ain't wearing no mask. He had all the white supremacists saying they ain't wearing no mask. Like, Trump is an arrogant bastard, man. And I hope he get put to death, man. I hope he don't make it up. I hope he don't make it back for what's happening to the Israelites on the border. For him bragging about building a wall to some people that pick grapes and tomatoes and strawberries for 5 cents a day. So you can go to the Walmart or go to the Kroger's and get you a bag of strawberries for $2. When if it was white people picking them strawberries, you would get that bag of strawberries $30 for a bag of strawberries. Because they're not going to pick strawberries for 5 cents a day. And you're going to sit here and tell us we ain't the children of the Most High. You got to be a fool, man. You got to be a fool. So yeah, I'm going to drop down. I'm going to go to drop down to verse 15. Exodus 8 and 15. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them as Yahweh had said. So the Most High knew, okay, when I take away these plagues, they're not going to listen. They're not going to listen. They're going to go back to treating y'all bogus. And that's the same way what happened with the coronavirus. That's why I say we living in the second Exodus, man. You better get ready for it. If you're not actually in the community of Johanna, you better hurry up and get here. You better hurry up and get here, man, and repent. Because once the Most High took away the frogs in Egypt, he knew the Pharaoh was going to do it, but he just did it just to see. Pharaoh hardened his heart to the children of Israel. The same way they did to us. When the coronavirus slowed down and they start opening up, we start dying at a higher rate. You feel me? Than we did when we was in quarantine. When we was in quarantine, we was good. We was chilling, eating, drinking. You feel me? Chilling with our ribs, chilling with our kids. It was like, you feel me? It was like a mini Passover. You feel me? It was like a mini Passover. And then boom, soon as the Most High slowed it down and they start opening up, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. Even though that happened in March, but like it just like it all came out. You feel me? The brother in Indianapolis, I can't think of his name, but Ahmaud Arbery, and the brother in Louisiana, just tons of brothers and sisters getting killed, man. Soon as they opened up, soon as they lifted the quarantine. And that's the same thing Pharaoh did back in Egypt. You feel me? Soon as the Most High lifted up the frogs from the land of Egypt, they came down on us harder. they came down on us harder. You feel me? Like, we living in modern day Egypt, man. This is spiritual Egypt. They moderned the whole country after. Ask the Freemasons. Go look up the history of the Freemasons, man. They modeled this whole country after ancient Egypt, man. And that's why they knew they had to get them slaves, man, so they could have them a good run. It's like Egypt had a good run. They knew, like, we got to get them slaves so we could have us a good run. Have us some fun. Have us some slaves, man. But now the Most High finna put these people to death. Now, for what they done, he finna put these people to death, man. And it's only right. It's only right, man. See, I'm going to drop that. I'm going to go to Exodus 9 and 19. 9 and... Exodus 9 and 19. Send therefore now and gather thy cattle and all that thou hast in the field, for upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die. So that's what's about to happen in America. You feel me? What's finna happen in America, that all these businesses is finna be useless. The Most High is gonna send a plague like he did with the hail in Egypt to kill all the cattle, everything that didn't get brought into the home. Feel me? He's gonna do that in America. He's gonna kill and destroy all the businesses. The money is gonna be useless. Just like it was back in Egypt with the hail. When the hail killed all the animals, which was money. The animals produce money just like they do now. But today, he gonna send nuclear fire, man. And once that nuclear fire hit, all your money, your businesses, your dreams, your 401k, all that stuff, your stocks, your bonds, all that stuff gonna be useless, man. All that stuff ain't gonna mean nothing. It ain't gonna mean a goddamn thing, man. And that's of the Lord, man. That's of the Lord. Read that again. Exodus 9 and 19. Send therefore now and gather thy cattle and all that thou hast in the field, for upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die, man. That's your businesses, man. That's your stocks, your bond. You feel me? That's that. It's going to be destroyed, man. It ain't going to mean nothing, man. It ain't going to mean a goddamn thing, man. And that's what we've been trying to tell people, man. I.S.U.P.K since 1969, we've trying to warn people that the second Exodus is coming, and you will not survive if you're not in I.S.U.P.K. If you're not in I.S.U.P.K. 1 West, you're not going to survive, man. If your husband is not in I.S.U.P.K. 1 West, your family will not survive this second Exodus. Like a lot of people in fake Christian Israelite groups say, oh, well, the Lord didn't let you guys have your Passover. Ha ha. And this and that. They laughing and joking. But the whole time, the brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K. like, did you not see the coronavirus? That was the Passover. You don't know what the Passover was? That's when a lot of people died and the Israelites lived. A lot of people died, but 1 West, nobody died from the coronavirus in the 1 West, I.S.U.P.K. and the Command GEN.YAHANNA. Can't say the same about you Christian Israelite groups or you Christians or you Muslims. You feel me? So they laughing, talking about the Passover, this and the Passover. First of all, the Passover is for what happened to us in Egypt, man. You feel me? So if the Most High want to postpone our Passover so he can have a new one, who said Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai? While you sitting at home with your wife, your mama, and your kids thinking you having a Passover, you a goddamn fool anyway. Because we all supposed to come together. You feel me? That's why Commander GEN.YAHANNA gave an order to all camps to come together, man. Because y'all ain't doing it right. You think you're doing it right because you telling yourself you are. But you're not, man. If you're not in I.S.U.P.K, you're not in the truth. If you celebrate the Passover this year, you're not in the truth. Because you don't have the Passover at home with your wife and your kids. You had a Passover with all the brothers and sisters, man, in the school, in one place where the Lord put his name at. You feel me? So anyway, I'm going to drop that. I'm going to go to Exodus 11 and 5. Exodus 11 and verse 5. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. Man, that's heavy. It's straight like that. You feel me? It's straight like that, man. But because of police brutality, you feel me? What happened with us because of police brutality, man? Slavery, lynchings. I say Kwam Yashala, man. Kwam Yashala, Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai. You feel me? The water, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. I'm praying for this day. I'm praying for this day. What we just read in the book of Exodus 11 and 5. I'm praying this come to America tomorrow. Exodus 11 and 5. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. You feel me? Shall not a dog move his tongue, man. I'm praying for this day. I'm praying to see these Edomite babies, man. These Edomite children. You feel me? Adults, whoever. I'm praying to see them fall. I'm praying to see the plague, the Most High sent in the earth, and we just see Edomites drop dead. We just see the white man, woman, and child just fall on their knees and die. I'm praying for that day, man, for what they done to us in slavery. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Michael Brown, the abortion clinic. I'm praying that day happen tomorrow. And that's why I'm telling y'all, the second Exodus is coming, man. You better get ready, man, or get lost. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord Yahweh doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So what we got to understand, the Lord put a difference between us, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you're not Egyptians. Egyptology is for Egyptians, man. Don't let polite fool you. He been getting crushed by the I.S.U.P.K. since he stepped on the scene. Feel me? Shall not a dog move his tongue, man. The Lord put a difference between us and the Egyptians, man. How you think them Africans was able to find us and sell us to the white man in slavery? Because they knew it was a difference. They could look at our bone structures in our face and tell it's a difference between me and them. Them the children of God. I'm not. I eat people. They don't. I'm homosexual. They not. You feel me? I scratch my face up and put holes in my body. They don't. I put markings on my body. They don't get tattoos. I eat pork. I eat kangaroo. They don't eat kangaroo. They don't eat pork. You feel me? The Lord put a difference between us and the Egyptian, man. He put a big difference. You feel me? That when you see African, you smell an African, you could tell it's a difference, man. It's a goddamn difference, man. We not no goddamn Egyptians. We are the children of Israel. The Lord's anointed priests. So yeah, I'm going to drop that. I'm going to go to 11, Exodus 14 and 11. Exodus 14 and 11. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? So basically, It's going to be a group of people, when we leave out of this second Exodus, they're going to want to stay in America. And that's your Republicans, your Democrats, your Christian pastors, your Muslims, everybody outside of I.S.U.P.K. That's why we tell you the I.S.U.P.K, One West under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, we is going to rule the earth, man. We is the 144,000, man. It's going to come out of the I.S.U.P.K. because everybody else going to want to stay in America. All the fake Israelite groups going to fold. They going to fold, and they going to want to join with America. They going to want to submit. They going to want to submit. They do all that woofing and tough talking now. They going to want to submit. We're going to be the only ones stand 10 toes down, like Judas Maccabees and his family. You feel me? Stand 10 toes down. Everybody else going to fold. All these fake Israelite groups, mark my words, they going to fold. And you're going to look up, they going to be Christians. You feel me? They going to eat the pork. Yeah, it was a story. Well, I should bring that out next time. It's a story in the Apocrypha. You feel me? This book right here. A lady had 7 sons. And the king of Greece was trying to make them eat pork. All 7 of them said, I'd rather die. They got to the little brother. The little brother, they told the mama to convince the little brother to eat it. She went to him and told him, don't. Basically don't. And he went to them and said, I'd rather die than transgress the laws of my forefathers. And they killed him too. That's One West right there. That's the I.S.U.P.K. These fake Israelite groups, they going to fold. And they going to run back into America, just like these people we reading about right here. It is Slakia, Exodus 14 and 12. It is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians. For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of Yahweh, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever, man. They died in the sea. The armies of the Egyptians, all of them died in the Red Sea. And they finding them chariots. Let them conspiracy theorists tell you a lie. They finding them chariots in the Red Sea. That Red Sea, the parting of the Red Sea was true. Yahweh shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Straight like that. Yahweh shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace, man. And that's what we doing at I.S.U.P.K, man. We know that the Most High gonna ride with us. He gonna be on our side, and we sit back, we teach, we pray, we serve our God. You feel me? Serve our God, man, and we know we gonna rise from the ashes. We know we're going to rise from the ashes. After World War III, we know we're going to rise up and we're going to take over this earth. We're going to take over this earth under a black man named Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who the world knows as Jesus Christ. Shalom.